What's up, foodies? My gnocchi with butternut squash and sausage is the ultimate cozy fall-inspired dish. It combines homemade gnocchi with a rich, creamy butternut squash sauce and spicy Italian meatballs. It's the kind of meal that feels both hearty and comforting, yet light enough for a special dinner or a weeknight treat. This video is sponsored by Community Natural Foods. They have providing with all the food for this video. So let's get into it. In a bowl, toss together 1 small cube butternut squash, 1 medium onion that has been chopped, 3 cloves of garlic, leave the skin on, 3 sprigs of thyme, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and a pinch of salt and a bit of pepper. Then mix them until they're well combined. Now spread the mixture onto a lined baking sheet, ensuring it's in an even flat layer. This is for even browning, making sure all the veggies get a nice color. Roast for about 20 minutes until the squash is golden brown and soft and the onions are lightly caramelized. Once it's roasted, remove your garlic skins. Roasting the garlic with the skins on helps prevent burning and give it a nice roasted flavor. Now transfer the roasted squash, onions, and peeled garlic into a blender or food processor. Then add in 1/3 cup of grated Parmesan, 1 cup of heavy cream, 1 cup of chicken stock or veggie stock, whatever you prefer, a pinch of freshly grated nutmeg, and then 1 tablespoon of butter and blend until smooth and creamy. If your sauce is too thick, add a little more stock to thin it out. Add enough till it reaches your desired consistency. And taste and adjust for seasoning with salt and pepper as needed, then set it aside. Now that our sauce is done, let's get our gnocchi made. Take 3 medium russet potatoes, pierce them with a knife, and place them into a 400-degree Fahrenheit oven for 45 to 60 minutes. Russet potatoes are perfect for making gnocchi because of their high starch content and low moisture levels. This combination results in a light, fluffy, tender gnocchi dough. Baking ensures the potato remains dry, which is key for a light and fluffy gnocchi. Avoid boiling the potatoes as they can absorb too much water, making the gnocchi dough sticky. Once your potatoes are done and cooled enough to handle, cut the potatoes in half and scoop out the flesh. Pass the potato flesh through a potato ricer on a clean surface. Potato ricer is going to help break down the potatoes evenly without mashing them into a paste, creating a lighter, fluffier dough. Make a well in the center of the rice potatoes, add in a pinch of salt, half a cup of all-purpose flour. I am sifting the flour just to ensure there's no clumps of flour. Then add in a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan, 2 egg yolks. Gently combine the ingredients with your hands until a dough forms. You don't want to overwork this and knead this too much, you just want to move it enough, just enough till it comes together. Over kneading will make the gnocchi tough and dense. Now if your dough is too sticky, sprinkle a little flour over, but use it sparingly. Now lightly flour your hands and your work surface to prevent sticking when rolling. Now take your dough portions and roll them into ropes about 3/4 of an inch thick. Then taking a dusset knife or a bench scraper, cut them into 1-inch pieces to form the gnocchi. Now you can take each gnocchi and press down the middle with your little finger, leaving an indentation, or you can take a floured fork and press it into the gnocchi and giving them a little place for the sauce to stick to. Now bring a large pot of salted water to a boil, adding your gnocchi in batches and cook until they float to the surface. It's roughly about 2 to 3 minutes. Then remove them with a slotted spoon and set aside. Now that our sauce and our gnocchi is made, let's put this together. In a large skillet, heat 1 tablespoon of olive oil and 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter over a medium-high heat. Remove the sausage from its casing. I used 1 pound of Italian hot sausage. Use any sausage that you prefer. Then roll it into small meatballs. Add your sausage meatballs to the pan, cooking until brown on all sides, about 5 to 6 minutes. Once cooked, use a spoon to remove any excess fat from the pan. Just make sure you leave a little bit in the pan. Now add in 3 to 4 chopped sage leaves to the pan with the sausage and cook for about 30 seconds to help them release their flavor. The sage is going to pair well with the pork meatballs and the butternut squash. Now pour in 1 cup of the butternut squash sauce. Start with this amount, add a bit more if you desire, and stir until combined. I wasn't paying attention, I accidentally poured the whole container in, so don't do that. Just too much sauce is more like a soup, what I ended up with. But start with a cup and add as you need it. And if it's a little too thick, you can always add a splash of stock to the pan. Then simmer for 2 to 3 minutes until the sauce is heated through. Like I said, if the sauce becomes too thick, add a splash of stock or some pasta water to loosen it up. Then add your cooked gnocchi to the pan and gently tossing it to coat it in the sauce. Then cook for another minute until the gnocchi is heated through and absorbs some of the flavor. Now you can taste and adjust for seasoning if necessary. Now plate up your gnocchi and garnish with some extra sage leaves. If you want to, for a crispier texture, lightly saute the gnocchi in butter before adding them to the sauce. It's going to add a little extra bite to them. They're really good that way as well. You could also make the gnocchi ahead of time. Freeze them on a baking sheet before cooking. Once frozen, transfer them to a bag and store them in the freezer for up to a month or 2. And then when you're ready to use them, boil directly from frozen and they're ready to use. And there you have it, your new go-to fall dinner. Thank you for watching to the end. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, a subscribe down below, and let me know how this dish turned out for you in the comments below. Until next time, FOOD-DEE out.